My name is Dana Berkey and welcome to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, I'm a young adult fiction author, and for the first time, and I think it's been 2 weeks now, I'm doing a Big Brother update just to catch everyone up on what is leading into tonight, which the most important thing of the night was definitely the camp comeback and just everything that went down with that. I just want to catch you guys up really fast so you kind of know what's going on with camp comeback. So basically it's this competition this year where the first 4 evicted house guests have a chance to win their way back in. However, they were able to live in the house, so they really were able to still play a social game, although not physical game. So the first person in camp comeback was David, who was sent into exile on the first night by Mitchie, also known as Jackson, and then following him was Ovi and then Kemi. Well, since Kemi left, the house has been just completely crazy. There has been this plot to get rid of Nick and Bella, but a lot of people then were of course put on hold when Nick won HOH. However, this is where things really get crazy. Nicole kind of caught wind of some of this, and she was sharing information with people that she thought could be trusted. Next thing you know, it blows up in her face, and this entire Grateful Alliance is going toe-to-toe, head-to-head with her, and it got crazy. And I honestly have to say, I was just very disappointed and frustrated to see the way that Bella was just blatantly just bullying and talking down to Nicole in so many ways. It was breaking my heart. I know I've mentioned it in past videos at least once already this summer, but shout out to Bobby. He is one of my friends that loves Big Brother, and we like literally live text and chat like the entire episode, every single episode, I think this entire season so far. So mega shout out to him. But we were both just like in shock at the way people were just attacking Nicole and definitely like making up lies to cover their own butts, but in doing so throwing her under the bus. So going into tonight's episode, we actually had Nicole get put on the block kind of as a backdoor situation or as a replacement nom when Kat chose to take Jess off. So we had Nicole and Cliff on the block. We knew one of them was going to make it into camp comeback. Now I have to say, going into this episode, I was really rooting for David, 100% rooting for David, because I feel like he's figured out the game. He understands the alliances and what's happening. He's been making friends with people, and we actually saw that. They kind of went person by person of those 3 individuals that were already in camp comeback and kind of showing how their game is being played out and as far as like being under the radar. And so David has made a lot of friendships. Ovi has felt very ostracized in the house, hasn't really made friendships, but he has this power. So if he can just win his way back in, then he can use his power. And then finally we have Kemi, who is just out for blood with Jack. And finally, for the first time all season, we got to see kind of what's going on with Jack. Now, I should say that I do not have live feeds, so I definitely miss out on a lot of the action and a lot of the like dislike or distrust of certain people, because if it's not shown on TV, I don't always know about it. However, I made some tweets a couple of weeks ago and people replied with like, how could you like Jack based on this, that, and that? And I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know about those things, but now that I know about them, my distrust for him and my dislike for him is definitely rising. And I have to say that the editing has finally started to show his true colors, and the way he was talking down to Kemi about putting something in the refrigerator was just completely ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. He has been driving me crazy. And so a lot of the people that in the start of the season I was really rooting for, I am no longer rooting for. So going into this episode, we have Cliff, we have Nicole, they're on their block, they're going head to head. Who's going to go home? And we have this Grateful Alliance, right? The Grateful Alliance that then became the like something with the word 9 in it. I don't even remember anymore, because it's like, guys, stop creating alliance names. Just stop. The fact of the matter is there's 6 core people that really want to get rid of Nick and Bella, sorry. And they're the ones that cause all this drama with Nicole. So they decide, you know what? We got to get rid of Cliff, who kind of has been talking game at cameras, kind of doing like Cliff Notes, which is super adorable, but he got overheard by Christy. So, yeah, that's been a mess. They were like, we got to get rid of Cliff. We're going to keep Nicole. They didn't really let Nick and Bella know about this decision, though, so we were just waiting. Like, Bobby and I were just like, we can't wait to see the look on Bella's face when Nicole gets to stay. And sure enough, the votes came down to it, and Nicole stays in the house. I think she's going to be out for blood as far as Nick and Bella are concerned, and I think the rest of their alliance is definitely ready and willing to get rid of them as well. It's all going to come down to who wins HOH. As far as I know, the game hasn't been played yet. I'm assuming it's going to be played tomorrow during the day. I honestly, at this point in the season, I was going to say it could be one of those like hide the chip things, but they usually do those ones for veto. So anyway, never mind. I'm just thinking through random thoughts and things. So, unless they do an overnight comp where they keep bugging them all night and have to have them like listen and know things. So anyway, all of that is to say though, we have 4 individuals going into camp comeback. We have David, Ovi, Kemi, and now Cliff. Now it is very much known in Big Brother that a lot of times the older people go out first. Obviously, we have exceptions like Jerry and people like that. I think even like Chicken George was a little bit older, you know, so there are exceptions. However, older people don't necessarily click as well with the younger people and the alliances, and they tend to go out the door very, very quickly. Cliff, even making it through week 1, was like, I won, I did it, I made it through the curse. So going into tonight, it was like really interesting to see how things were going to go. Bobby and I were both definitely rooting for David, but we were okay with seeing Ovi go back in with this competition, or with the power rather, that he had won in one of the competitions that they had done. So it was really interesting to see. Well, they really picked a really good game. We were wondering if they were going to pick a game that like favored one contestant over another, but they really picked one that was very even keel, a good one for everyone, where you have to balance the ball down the curvy lane and get it into a tube. They had to land 6 and they only had 3 minutes. And I was like, I've seen them do this comp and like nobody can get it. Like it takes forever. I just don't understand how we're going to get 6. Sure enough, a few seconds go by, boom, Cliff gets one in the tube. We were both really shocked because he gets a second one right after and no one's getting close. Like no one was getting close. And you could like see the people, the rest of the house guests, they're sitting off to the side and they're like, oh my gosh, like Cliff is killing this. He's literally killing this. And sure enough, he sings one after another, and the only person to get even one in was Ovi. And with a minute to left, Julie Chen goes, wait, a minute left, Julie Chen goes, we have 1 minute left, and Cliff is like, I don't know how he was holding it, but I'm going to assume it was this, and he goes, I don't need that long, and boom, drops the ball, very much a mic drop moment, and he's back in the house. And honestly, part of me was really, really bummed, and like seeing David in his exit interview just like break down and like him talking about how much he'd been crying, it really, really broke my heart, because I think he would have been an amazing person to see play this game, as well as Ovi, who was just so genuine and intelligent, and just I can see Ovi especially, but then also David like going on to do big things. And I wish that they had played with a better season of people, because I really feel like it has to do with a lot of these alliance members that are really just making the gameplay not as great, not as exciting, and just really like, it's just not my favorite season, I guess I should just say. But so Cliff is back in the game, and I'm really excited for him because I think it's going to be interesting to see how he does mix up the game, especially now that people are willing to target Nick and Bella. I want to know who's going to get HOH and how that's going to go down. One thing we do know is that not this coming HOH, like not the one that's probably going to be played tomorrow, but next week is going to be an endurance comp, and we do know that Tommy won the first endurance comp, or sorry, Christy won the first endurance comp this season. They were both like back to back. So who knows? It could be the stand on the wall thing. That's one we generally see, or the like sit on the thing and spin around, which always makes me sick to watch because I get motion sick easy. I have a feeling it'll be one of the other one of those, like either one of those. But I don't know how it's going to go this next week. Honestly, I would love to see someone outside of the Grateful Alliance win power. I don't think I would want Sam to win, just because he is kind of inside the Alliance, even though he's not. Like, it would be killer if Nicole could win, because it would be like straight up Nick and Bella on the block, one of you is going home. And then who knows, maybe based on Kemi inspiring her, she would actually put Jack on the block too. And based on what I've seen online, a lot of people don't like him, and I, for one, am on board with not liking him just because of his just negativity towards some people and just all the things. I also don't really care as much for Jackson as I thought I would. I thought Jackson and Nick, if they could work together, could be like a really great duo, and just no. So yeah, that's where we are tonight. Cliff is back in the house. Ovi's officially gone. Dave is officially gone. Kemi's officially gone. We don't know who the new HOH is going to be. The 3 people that won power, only 2 of them are still in the house. Like, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy going forward and seeing how everything plays out, but I cannot wait for it. So that's where we are. That's where we are with Big Brother. I am hoping that we start to see this big alliance break apart. We can actually see people play their own games. I, for one, really like Christy, and I also really like Tommy. I would love to see them actually doing some good in the house away from their alliance, and I would also really love to see Nicole maybe get some power and be able to prove that she wasn't being shady, wasn't being manipulative. She was actually being treated very disrespectfully by Nick and Bella, and that she has a great game to play if given the chance. I've talked about this a lot of times with friends before, and Bobby and I have talked about it too. It's like the odd number seasons just aren't that great. They really aren't. Like every other season tends to be really good. Last season, amazing. Season before that, eh. Season before that, amazing. Season before that, eh. Season before that, amazing. And so on and so forth. And yeah, it doesn't always apply, but like a lot of times. And I really had high hopes for this season, so it's a bit of a bummer. All that is to say, though, I wanted to update you guys on the camp comeback, and then I kind of got into my own little spiel. But let me know your thoughts. That's really the reason that I want to make these videos on my channel, is to start the conversation. Yes, I've talked a whole lot and really quickly because I have so much going through my head, but I want to know what you guys are thinking. So please, 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 comment in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, your feelings. Obviously, like, people are going to feel really strongly one way or the other about things, whether it's an agreement or disagreement with me. That's totally fine. You do not have to agree with me. I just ask that you please keep comments civil. I do have a lot of younger viewers here on my channel, so be mindful of that. And then also make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel with notifications on. I will be posting hopefully weekly videos about Big Brother. Last week I didn't, just because when the episode ended I was exhausted and just really needed to go to bed. Tonight though I was like, I need to talk about this. Words. And here we are, you know, almost 11 minutes later, just a lot. But anyway, all that is to say, I'm excited to see where the next week or two goes. I think it's really gonna, hopefully, we're gonna see the game get mixed up. I really, really hope. If not, you know, I've never stopped watching a season of Big Brother All Out, but there's definitely been a few seasons where I've kind of slowed down my watching, or like missed an episode and just kind of dealt with it later, like didn't really catch up. And I hope that's not the case, because this is my favorite game, but I don't want every other summer to be a summer where I just don't watch. But yeah, anyway, all that is to say, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys comment your thoughts and feelings in the comment section down below. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all soon.